My exit plan leaving San Francisco. What up, YouTube? It's your boy Jermaine back with another video. Now, a couple days ago I did a live stream talking about my exit plan leaving San Francisco, but that live stream was you know, me skateboarding around the city, and I would stop and talk about a few things, and then I would continue doing something else. And it was like an hour-long video, and I thought I would make a video just really talking about pretty much my exit plan and how I'm playing my cards here in San Francisco, because I think it's going to be very, very different for different people. Lately on YouTube, I've been following a lot of different YouTubers, and people are doing things like making videos talking about how they're leaving California. And for some of these big YouTubers, it makes a lot of sense just because of the whole tax situation. And yeah, you can film and you can make your videos from anywhere in the country because you have this set up in your garage. It totally makes sense. Plus, you know, they would also save lots of money on taxes and stuff like that. However, my situation is a little bit different. Like, you know, I don't make millions of dollars, so moving, I wouldn't really have that big tax benefit. I think one big thing about moving for me is maybe life would be just much different. Life would just be different because I'd just be in a different place, in a different part of the country, and a different culture and different climate. People have different attitudes, you know. Maybe I would live in a place, well, I think most places in the US don't have as many homeless people as San Francisco, so that would just be a positive. There's a lot of you know, there's a lot of benefits of leaving the city. Things like I could buy a house for probably the same amount of money that I'm paying in rent right now. And you know, I could leave, and this is something I've been thinking about a lot lately. I've been thinking about this a whole lot lately. And, you know, as of now, I haven't exactly made up my mind if I'm going to leave or not, and it's sort of causing a lot of uncertainty in my life. And for example, I'll kind of explain something here. So I'm supposed to move out of my place at the end of next month, right? And sort of how I'm playing my cards is, I'm sort of playing my cards like this. I can go out and sign a lease and get a one bedroom, right, or studio, okay, and maybe I'll be paying like $1,500 a month plus maybe another, let's say $100 a month for utilities and internet. But maybe it'll be a little bit more than $100, but let's just use $100 in this example. So I'm paying a total of $1,600, right? And when you take the footage, the square footage of a studio, you know, some of the studios are like 400 square feet, 500 square feet. But then when you compare that with a two bedroom, like it's sort of almost a better deal to just freaking get a roommate. And I was reading some comments from that other live stream, and someone said something along the lines of, you know, oh, I can never live with a roommate, you know, you should have your own space. And then people were commenting, talking about like, you know, the whole situation of like roommates and that sort of situations. And I thought I would just give my 2 cents on that. I think this is going to be different for every different person, and also the type of place that you choose. For example, me, I don't really care about living with other people, especially in San Francisco. Like, I've lived alone. Like, the last place that I lived in was it was a really cool really cool building, SRO building. Like, I had, you know, my own private room, large room. It was like 400 square feet, the room was. And then I also had my own private bath, and it was really nice. And I lived there for more than 6 months, and not one person ever came over. And the only people I ever talked to were the people that were on my floor, and they're almost like roommates because we all like shared the same kitchen. So it's almost like you know, it's almost like we're living in a house together, and we're sharing the same kitchen, but we don't share the same bathroom, you know. And I really like that setup because, like I said, I had my own private room, had my own private bathroom, and it was other people there that, like, you know, I could talk to, and, you know, hey, what's going on, what's up, you know. And we had like this community sort of thing. Like, on the weekends, you know, some people would get together and go walk and go to the farmers market. Other people would, you know, just do things together. And I think that's pretty cool. Now, one thing that I do know about living in the city, I do know that living in the city can get very lonely, and roommates can help out greatly. Now, I totally understand the whole culture of, you know, once you hit a certain age, you should never have roommates. I think that's just gonna really depend on the type of person, and probably depending on what part of the country you live in, because I know down south having roommates is looked down on big time. But you know, places like, you know, out in San Francisco, like people don't really mind. Like me personally, I don't mind living with other people, but I've also been to like 65 countries around the world, so I've definitely slept in a lot of random airports, definitely slept in a lot of random airport seats next to strangers on long haul flights, you know, definitely slept in random people's houses, definitely slept on random buses, fell asleep at bus stations, train stations, on trains. Like I've slept everywhere. Like I've, you know, slept next to random people. I had no idea who they were, and so I guess maybe it's a little bit different for me, but I can totally understand, you know, the whole situation of not having roommates. So I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna play the cards like this, you know, towards the end of the month. So pretty much how I'm gonna play my cards is this: I'm looking for a roommate, you know, and if I don't find a roommate, if I don't find a, you know, somewhat chill place to move into easily where I don't have to sign a 1-year lease, because I don't exactly know if I want to sign a 1-year lease. I don't know exactly if I want to stay here for another year. I don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of uncertainty right now. It looks like the coronavirus is starting to like tick back up. And once again, there's a lot of uncertainty, and I'm in this position where I haven't already signed a lease, and no one's holding a gun towards my head telling me, hey, you need to sign this lease right now. So I'm in this situation where if I want to, like, I don't necessarily have to sign a lease. I can just, you know, look for a sublease, or look for someone who's renting out a room in a place, or I can just, you know, I sort of have different options, and that's sort of what I'm weighing in on, and I'm just gonna play it by ear. I'm just gonna play it by ear. If the coronavirus picks up quite a bit, that'll sort of make me want to stay here. But then if the coronavirus starts to calm down quite a bit, maybe, who knows, maybe if the coronavirus calms down and I still haven't found a place, maybe I'll just go take off and go travel for a month or 2 or 3, or just travel. Or I really don't know. That's one awesome part about this whole scenario. I really don't know. There's lots of uncertainty, and I have lots of options, and there's a lot I don't know, this whole thing's an adventure. Like if I stay here, it's going to be an amazing fun time. It's going to be a good adventure. If I leave, it's going to be amazing fun time. It's going to be a good adventure. And that's pretty much my exit plan. It's sort of just to see how things go. Try not to sign a lease. Try to hold off as long as I can. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Thanks a lot for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace out, yo.